Welcome, Tag Fu. What? First and only podcast about people eating stuff. I'm Mike Lisk.
I
Not-
am. This is it. This is it for the soup run. I've had it with the soups. All right.
There's one more. Come on.
No. This soup you had me eat today, absolute garbage. It was everything that's awful and disgusting and terrible about all the food we've eaten over the last year and a half in one shitty soup container.
All right, let's get right into it. People don't have to wait out all our other stuff. Yeah, well, we're limited. You know, you don't want to do any shrimp dishes. So
it's not even. It wouldn't have mattered if there was shrimp in there.
no, yeah. All right. So this week we did corn with chicken soup, which I don't even know if a lot of places have it. Was it even on the menu where you got it?
It was easier to find than I thought, unfortunately. Yeah. First of all, I look at it and it looks like the same viscosity as egg drop soup. So already I'm like retching, trying not to throw up at a very public cafeteria.
Uh-huh.
So then I start digging a little bit, and luckily it's not the exact same. Then it's poking around. What it seems to be is, or at least mine is, let's take all the crap lying around that's not good enough for chow mein and mix it to a pulp, and we'll call it soup. And this idiot will buy it for $16 a quart.
Well, that is ridiculous. I paid $7.45 for the large one. Was yours a large one at least?
Don't try to distract how terrible it was with the price, Mike.
No, but I mean, this is becoming a thing, and you are getting ripped off like nobody's business. I mean,
well, this thing was huge. I mean, it could have fed 3 people,
uh-huh.
except it fed no people because it went straight to the garbage. And I promise you, the raccoons are fucking avoiding it. It was the most disgusting thing we've had in a while.
All right. Well, I did not know what to expect. Viscosity.
I was hoping you were just going to say, I did not try it.
No, the viscosity was when I saw the cloudiness of the broth, I was a little concerned. I was like, oh, is this like a creamy soup? It almost looked like, a creamy soup.
Yeah.
But it's not quite there. It's in between.
Yeah.
It's not a broth, but it's thick. It's dense. Mine had so much corn in it. I'm like, well, yeah, at least they put the corn first because that's the headliner is the corn.
The closer.
I had a fair amount of, medium size to small chunks of white chicken meat. How was your chicken content? You couldn't even fish out some chicken?
No, pulverized.
No?
I took a picture of it before I dug into it, and it just looks like egg drop soup. No, it was like pulverized.
Okay, well then
I tried to pick out a piece of the chicken because I wanted to be dutiful in my duties, and even that tasted terrible. But again, it was just mushed, pulverized to death. It just looked like leftovers with corn thrown in, pulverized. So I've had no luck with these soups. I still only like wonton soup.
Mm-hmm.
You claim there's one more. What is it?
Where's my menu? You're not gonna like this one though.
Great. I like the at least you're honest.
How about bean curd vegetable soup?
I'm sorry. Did you say bean curd?
Yeah, vegetable.
Oh my God. I can't believe.
All right, well, we'll have to figure out something else.
Worse. Well, how did you like yours?
You know what? I ate it. I mean, I didn't eat most of the day. I had something early on, nothing heavy. So it was sort of my, again, I was limited to the large size.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, this will be my lunch or whatever. And yeah, I was concerned with the viscosity. Viscosity is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, this is definitely going to be a meal.
Mm-hmm.
And it was dense, but I ate it. You know, it was okay. It was, you gotta like corn.
I love corn.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like corn, and there was a lot in there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there would be more extra stuff, maybe, but it literally was just corn and chicken.
I think you're right. Yeah, that is surprising. I
Hmm.
think you're right. Now to think about it, it was basically just chicken and corn,
Yeah,
which is strange. And
yeah. Well,
normally I would please me, but
uh-huh.
somehow they fucked that up.
Now, are you finding? I mean, are you zeroing in on one place? Or are you still trying every other Chinese place in the area, or?
No, I just whatever pops up first.
Uh-huh.
But then, so I said, let me make it worth my while, and I'll get an order of egg foo young to have tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
You know, have something to look forward to in this
Right.
thing called life.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and I, gotten to get to the soup. I had to move the carton of rice, white rice. You know, remember when days when you used to get fried rice as the side, just thrown in, no big deal. What happened to that? First of all,
Yeah. Those
um,
days are gone.
where's my country when it comes to the fried rice thrown in?
Uh-huh.
So then, I'm trying not to throw up throughout this soup ordeal, and I go to repack the rice back in the bag I'm going to throw in the fridge. Somehow, the classic Chinese food container, the cardboard or whatever, metal
Right.
handles,
Yeah.
so you can't microwave it. I mean, how many of those have you handled in your lifetime? 9,000?
Yeah.
And not once a problem. Here I am, middle of the cafeteria, trying to move the thing 4 inches in the bag. Somehow the handle snaps, white rice everywhere. On top of this horrible soup, now I'm down on my hands and knees or whatever, trying to clean up this rice everywhere.
Uh-huh.
So total disaster. And the egg foo young itself, I'm looking at it. We'll see how it is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But it comes with the gravy already on it. Strike one. And just looking at it through the plastic, the gravy looks like, the thin, dark, uncreamy, unpuffy. So I may not even have that to look to. So total Christmas Chinese food disaster so far.
All right. I owe you one. So next week you decide. I mean, if you want to do a mystery dish, go off for a week before Christmas. I think next week will probably be our last episode for the holidays. We'll take a break.
Ever. Oh, for the holidays.
For the holidays. And so yeah, you're in charge next week. I've got some.
To be clear, I'm not disappointed in you. I'm angry. No. What would you give yours?
I've got some stomach rumbling going on as I speak.
Not a trip to the bar bathroom, I hope.
We might have to pause this one and
attention, toilet brushes in the area. Run away.
Short bit. But yeah, no, when I saw what it looked like, I didn't know what it was going to look like. That's what it came down to. I had no idea what the appearance would be. Once I saw the appearance, and I'm like, uh-oh, for myself, but then more uh-oh for you, because I know how you are.
The empathy coming off of you. I mean, the things I could learn. I'm just here screaming about
it's not even that you won't like it. It's you're throwing money away like there's no tomorrow. I mean, it's ridiculous what you're paying down there.
I generally don't get too upset about these things, but even before I even tried the soup, was like $17 seemed a bit ridiculous. Even though it is, huge. Yeah, super ridiculous.
There's a friend of mine who works in DC on the news. I'm gonna tip him off to this story. Maybe he can blow the lid off of inflated Chinese takeout prices in the DC area, because it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know how it compares to New York
Mhm.
New York. Well, you were in Brooklyn. Well, it's been a while since you've been there.
Yeah, 100 years ago. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Used to get my
But
Cam Sing combo for about $8.95.
but yeah, it was reasonable, right? I mean,
I get my egg foo young stuffed stuffed with fried rice. I get pork fried rice, extra $1, and then throw in a soda or two,
uh-huh.
and it'd be like $8.95.
Right. And that's what it should be. I mean, how do they justify it's all rice? It's like, why is rice in DC more expensive than rice in anywhere else in the country? It's ridiculous.
I'm just upset that this suit, because you're right, it was just corn and chicken and some weird broth. You think corn and chicken and regular broth would be right up my street, but they fucked with that because instead of focusing on their nuggets, they want to mess with all this stuff, and it was terrible. And yeah, this is the first time. This is the most I've ever been pissed off about price, because I'm like, number one, it's soup, which
Right.
I know I'm wrong, but I don't consider soup to be real food. Soup is something you eat while you're waiting for real food to come along. I know I'm wrong. But for this to be like garbage water for $17, whatever it was, yeah, for a year and a half, I've been rolling my eyes at you, calling you names, not to your face, not on the show, but and I was like, this is bullshit. And then when I experienced it, it was double bullshit. So, and then there's probably still rice on the floor of the cafeteria I couldn't find. So.
Yeah, you're paying close to twice as much as me. It's not one soup over $10. I think the most expensive soup is $8 or 8 something. So yeah, it's ridiculous.
Even I'm starting to get a little annoyed with it. So
you should make a comment, like
oh,
like you're some out of towner. I think you should at least verbalize your discontent with the pricing.
that'll do it.
How do you, just like maybe a question, how do you figure $16 for a soup? Just not right.
All right, you be me and I'll be the Chinese restaurant. You ask me that question.
Hello.
Yes. How are you? Can I help you? Did you think I was going to do a Chinese accent? You did. Shame on you.
No, I thought I was the restaurant.
You're me. I'm the restaurant.
Oh, all right.
Hello.
Yes, I'd like to place an order. I'll pick it up.
Yeah, congratulations. What do you want, dummy?
I'd like to get the chicken
nuggets. Would you like the chicken nuggets? They're really good.
The corn with chicken soup.
You want the corn with chicken soup?
Yes.
All right.
You only have the one size? You only have the one size?
I was speaking, sir.
Okay.
One size, you get a quart of it for $17. Where would you like it sent?
Don't
worry, we already know your address.
$17 for a quart of soup?
That's right.
I've never paid that much in my life.
How much would you like to pay?
I'll pay you $7.45, which is what I paid in New Jersey.
Well, thank you.
Not exactly a cheap state.
Okay, well, thank you. We'll take that $7.45, and thank you, New Jersey. NC.
NC.
I forgot who was who in the middle of that. But yes, as well as being on notice to knock it off with this other bullshit and focus on their nuggets, China, if you're listening, starting to get annoyed at the prices, especially for soup, which again is not food. So I don't know what you're giving this. I'm giving this 0.1 higher than whatever I gave Chow Mein, which I'm still furious about.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll never get this again. I would give it, I'll give it a 5, You
know what? Surprise though. And I know we used to say this.
I ate it. I did finish it. I didn't throw it out. As I went along.
You lived through the depression. I mean, you don't throw away food. You know better than this. But there is good news. And I know we usually save this for the end, but it never happened. So look what I got.
There you go. Same brand as me. I mean, really, we should start a fortune cookie company, because this look, same thing.
Golden Bowl.
They've got a monopoly
Do
At least on
companies
the,
make like does Walmart make fortune cookies? Like why don't they get into the or Wegmans or
that's what I'm saying. It seems like the market's wide open, and unless these people have a stranglehold, whether
yeah.
they got gangs, shutting down, cracking down on anybody
Whoa,
who's
whoa.
competition.
I apologize, China, for any comments I made.
Hey, hey, I lived in Queens. I've seen this gang action going on firsthand. It was wild.
I mean, the Girl Scouts knock out like 20 different brands of cookies all year. They can't throw in a fortune cookie. There's
Uh-huh.
no brand, a big American brand that doesn't want to get into the fortune cookie.
And you know how you conquer the market? Make it
As to what?
edible. Make it edible.
Yes. Number
Make it
one,
enjoyable. Make it a
yes.
good cookie.
Number one, make it an edible cookie. Number two, try not to have the dumbest sayings that aren't even fortunes. That's all. Yeah, how come how come they're not like, how come Ritz doesn't have a fucking fortune cookie product?
Yeah.
I mean, we can't think of everything for these. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
why do we have to do all the work for people?
All right, I've been screaming for 10 minutes, so I'm gonna do something really funny on screen right now. You ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, people, if you're watching, you're in luck.
Enough. I'm enjoying the cleavage. I mean, how many buttons you going down there?
Jesus, I'm
You're
sorry.
like-
That's very nice for my confidence. Thank you, Mike. Oh,
No,
that's
I
gonna
mean,
help.
I'm saying, I'm sure the ladies
Great.
are enjoying it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean-
Valentine's Day just 2 months away.
Are you strutting around the office with that virile chest hair?
Not anymore. Great.
No, open it up. Let the ladies enjoy it while it's here.
Here you go. You ready for this?
Yeah.
It's gonna be really funny if you're watching. All right, here we go.
Oh, I see.
Waka 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 waka.
There you go. Yeah.
Not bad, huh? I
Good,
like
not bad.
don't patronize me, Mike. Come on. All right, let's crack it open. I can't remember the last time I had a fortune cookie.
Yeah,
Take a
I
little-
can't remember
I don't know,
either.
right? Oh shit, it's poison.
I'll let you have the honors since it's been so long.
Thank you, Michael. Good luck is often with a man who doesn't include it in his plans. So this says this says nothing. Do nothing, think nothing, say nothing.
And maybe
and-
you'll have some good luck.
This is even dumber than I remember from my last ones. All right.
The kindness you once gave a friend will soon be returned. All right, that's good to know.
All right.
I got some.
You know, that is nice. That is nice. And that
Okay.
is a fortune.
I got some
this will
kindness in the
happen.
bank.
Yeah, that's like, this will happen.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The good news is I flipped my thing over, and maybe these things are a little more self-aware than I thought, because it says, how about another fortune? Secondfortune.com.
Uh-huh.
So maybe they know this one stinks. I'm gonna go to this website, and next thing you know, I'm paying like $4.99 a month for daily fortunes. So
Yeah, I've never followed up with the website.
So this was garbage to go along with my garbage soup.
Mhm.
Yours was good. That's a good one. What do you think the good deed you did for a friend was?
I don't know.
I could be a jerk and say it certainly wasn't for me, but that's not nice. I'm
Actually, I did do a good deed today.
Braggy McBrangerson. Okay, let's hear it.
Well, this is to get in the spirit of giving for the holidays. My father, before he passed away, he was besieged by lots of charities. He was sending money to different charities. So he's on every charity mailing list in the country.
Yeah.
I will be getting this mail probably well beyond my death. But so one of the charities that he was particularly giving to, I think, is called St. Joseph's. What's it called? It's a Catholic school on a Indian tribe. Yeah, St. Joseph's Indian School in South Dakota. And it seems like a good school. They're helping out Native American children. And I guess they were sending him pictures of like kids that he was sponsoring. So that seemed to be the one closest to his heart. So I sent them some money for the holidays. They were doing a Christmas drive. I'm like, okay, I'll do this every year in honor of my father and in tribute to him. So that was my good deed I did
Oh,
today.
that's nice.
Yeah.
I'd say it's incredibly specific, like South Dakota. What's the South Dakota connection?
Well, I guess it's the Lakota Indians. I guess that's where they are. And
No, I mean to your father. Like, is there any? Or
oh no connection. Obviously, I think he just, he was touched by some. I mean, they send you these really kind of moving tributes. What they do at the school and the kids, they give you like real personal messages from the kids, whether it's real or not. I don't know. I did I did do a little background check just to see that.
I didn't want to ask, but like,
Yeah, no, you
this-
know, I mean, let's face it. There's lots of fly by nights taking advantage of senior citizens, and I just wanted to make sure it was a legit school, and yeah, it's legit. So
all right,
that's my
that's
little
nice. All right.
yeah.
I don't have a single focus charity. I'm a soft touch online with like, my kid needs this, these kids need that, this dog is sick.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I have a real focus. Like you added it up, it still wouldn't be much, but it'd be a nice little chunk for me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not really focused. So maybe I should think about, maybe in 2024, I should think of something like that to focus on one thing
Mm-hmm.
instead of spreading my largesse around.
Yeah. Willy-nilly.
I'll send money to that school, to the South Dakota thing. Tell me what you send. I'm going to send $1 more just to, just be a shithead.
Okay. I was wondering if I was gonna. Well, I picked the chicken soup because I'm having, I'm generally healthy. I haven't really had any issues, but the last couple days I'm having some sort of neck issue, neck sinus. Have you ever had tonsillitis? I think I might be in tonsillitis territory. I've got some.
Do they still take tonsils out? Like, I don't even.
No, I saw. Does that look more enlarged than usual? I've got like
Yes.
pain
It's really large and red.
right here. Yeah.
I'm joking. No, it looks perfectly normal. I don't know. There's
But,
a skull with crossbones on it. Is that normal?
I woke up one night and it's like literally like throbbing. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I've been taking Tylenol for the past couple days. It feels a little better, but I might just do a trip to the doctor tomorrow. Here's the other thing, I'm down in Howell now. I've got to switch. I got to find a new primary care doctor.
Might as well do it.
The doctor I was taking my father to seemed like a good doctor. So I call his office. I mean, online it says they're taking new patients. No, we're not taking patients now. I'm like, okay, well, all right. So then I'm stuck. They want to move you over to I guess they have nurse practitioners. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Holding off. Then I asked my friends what doctors they go to. One of my friends doesn't even he doesn't have a doctor. He just goes to the urgent care place. So I think I've been there before. I think I might go there tomorrow.
I mean, I didn't have a doctor until like 10 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I went for 100 years without having health insurance. Then I quickly became one of those people just always had something on the books coming up for doctor visit. I don't have one right now, but yeah, I like to have a doctor. So this seems like a good opportunity. Get you a doctor. Don't make my mistake. Years ago, I thought I'd solve my problems with a leave and just pound those and it goes away. And then all of a sudden you're in, an ambulance. Don't be like me, Mike.
Yeah, no, like I said, this is like day 3 and it's, I've been taking Tylenol round the clock, but it still persists. So
is it stiff or
I thought maybe it was just a muscular thing, that I was sitting on the couch wrong or something. I don't know what there was nothing dramatic. It just came on. I'm like, oh, okay. It's always something, right? It's like,
Mm.
I mean, I've had problems for years with my ears. That's how it started. I had like
Really?
a little bit, yeah, like, earwax, eustachian tube problems. I mean, my ears have been my problems, over the years.
Earwax.
Yeah, well, earwax, but then, like I said, then it was a problem with the eustachian tube was closing, and so I was having, and that's what I thought it was initially. But then the neck started throbbing. I'm like, okay, this is something new. So I got to get it checked out.
Earwax was a record store when I first moved to Williamsburg. Although when I first visited there in '92, when friend of the show Will moved there, Earwax, I bought a Trogs record there. That I still have really great Trogs, like greatest hits kind of thing. So little Earwax. See, I sync that up
Nice segue, yeah.
right with
Which is
the.
good. Now we're moving into the music section.
I take the disgusting wax that's built up in your ears
Yeah, let's
and
move
turn it
along.
into something beautiful.
I'm ready to move on.
But
Yeah.
let's get you to a doctor, Mike.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Just to check in. I'm sure
But
it's
the
not.
last time I checked into this urgent care thing, I ended up in the hospital all day with a blood pressure situation. I've been going through problems getting a refill on my prescription. That's been dragged out for three weeks now. I think I finally got the prescription. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass moving from one town to another, changing your doctors, all that stuff.
And you got to give your history over and over.
Yeah, and reception person at my doctor in Bayonne is just, I mean, bless her heart, but she's not the most cooperative person, and she doesn't really care. It seems to be the main thing. She doesn't seem to be concerned with it as much as you are. So it's, maybe she'll do it, maybe she won't. Like
Single?
I said, she dragged out this prescription refill for 3 weeks.
How is she so horrible and still there? Like what the?
Well, yeah, it's a good question. That's a good
Thank you.
question. But
The worst part about a new shit is like explaining your entire medical history of it. And it's even dumber than you think because so in 2020, I was in the hospital for a week. I had my big incident. And so, I'm with them all week. They know everything. I'm telling them everything. They know my history, blah, 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 blah. They save me. They patch me up, shoot me back out in the world. A year later, I'm back. Same network of the hospital, same whatever. And it was like starting over. It had to explain everything.
oh boy,
Every time a different doctor walked in, I had to walk through and explain everything. And I'm like, what is there nothing written down? Is there nothing typed in 2021 or whatever?
right,
No computers available to gather this information and keep it.
right. Yeah, you would
It was like-
assume that it's keeping records, right?
You'd assume so because it's not,
And it's
not
the
even
same
like
hospital, right?
the same hospital network. It's not even like I came from here and then went to Russia. Okay, I understand. Maybe I need to. They should be able to like boop boop boop. Oh, here's everything that has ever
Right.
happened to you.
Yeah.
And we were there for it.
Mm-hmm.
Da da da. And that was a clusterfuck.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the shitty part about.
Was it the same insurance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Well,
And
yeah.
they were like every time.
They're keeping records. That's for sure.
Every person that walked in, I had to start all over again. My whole fucking history. What happened and I'm just like, there's no records of anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm that's not your situation. I'm just screaming. So I'm so upset about the soup. So sorry. You wanted to transition from your waxy ear buildup to music.
Yeah, no, I was gonna ask you if you saw. I mean, it's weird. I guess I'm just old fashioned or whatever. I'm not used to seeing funerals play out on social media.
Oh, I know.
Did you see the Shane McGowan? Catch any of that?
I have to be honest. Couple things. I'm sorry. Yes, I did. Did you want to say something?
No. I was just gonna say it's like, I wasn't looking for it. It was just there.
Right.
I saw it. I'm like, really? Okay. That's nice, I guess.
I thought it was incredible. It was beautiful. I didn't realize the main guy, he was in The Commitments. Remember that movie?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
He was like the guitar player in that. I have a wild crush on Caitlin O'Riordan. I don't know how you say it. She was singing there. But I
Yeah.
gotta say, you know, it was beautiful. Of course, I'm bald, I'm in tears. It's such a, and I gotta be honest, I forgot it was a funeral. You know, everyone's rocking. And then it
Yeah.
cuts. If you notice, it cuts, and then you see his casket, but not the whole casket. You just see like a section of it.
Hmm.
And it like hammered me. I was like, oh shit, that's right. That he's in there.
Yeah.
And it was just like the edge of the coffin. Like you couldn't even see it. And it's one of those Irish ones where it's made out of like birds' nests and milk cartons or something.
No,
And
I called it a casket basket.
oh, there you go. Yeah.
It was basket material.
Yeah.
And I never seen one of those before. Have you ever seen one of those before?
I've seen them. Yeah. Like
Yeah, you've seen them? Okay,
not in
that's the
real
first
life, not in
time.
real life, not in real life,
Okay,
but in
yeah.
other like Irish, like when he was young.
Really? Okay, that's a tradition.
And I gotta say, it really gut punched me to be reminded, oh yeah, he is literally there.
Hmm.
But then, you know, but no, I thought it was incredible. I thought it was beautiful.
And
You
then
know,
you saw Johnny Depp carrying him out.
I saw that. Yeah,
He had to be in front, of course.
yeah.
God forbid he be in back. You know, you wouldn't notice him as
I
much.
wanted to get upset, but I don't know. Maybe they were great friends. I don't know. You know,
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm
but,
sure they did some carousing. Yeah.
but I'm always and Nick Cave did Rainy Night and So. I'm amazed that people can pull those things off at funerals. And of course, the king is your buddy Elton John doing Candle in the Wind. But isn't that what a Shane
My
MacGowan?
buddy.
Yeah, your BFF. Isn't that what a Shane MacGowan funeral should be? Like, I thought that there should have been more drinking and carousing.
Well, you know, I think usual that takes place outside the church. To me, that was weird that stuff was all happening in the church. You
Oh,
know,
you
I
were
mean,
offended that it was in the church and they were rocking.
it just seemed like, yeah, how'd they pull that off? I mean, anybody else, I don't think the church is going to go for that. You know, they're going to say, wait a second, that's not how we do things here. But I think they made an exception, and fine. You know, it's bring it all together. Um,
Well, I also think from what I've experienced a little tiny bit is like when our churches are we're supposed to be serious and strict and buttoned up and yes, sir, you know, whereas what I've experienced slightly over there is, especially smaller churches, which I don't know how big this one is, maybe because they're more in the major leagues of Catholicism or whatever, it's a lot more laid back and they don't feel bound to like sit there with their frowny, sad faces and God is good or whatever. And it's not crazy for something like that to break out. I'm talking totally out of my ass, but
no, but
I wasn't surprised. So.
No, I think, you know, my experience has been, you know, the first funeral I went to was my grandfather's, and the wake in particular, I found that very peculiar as a kid, you know, and I'm like, I was even like appalled. I was upset that everybody's just kind of chatting, having a good old time while there's a body in the room, you know. Just to me, it was jarring. I understand it now, and I get it entirely. It doesn't upset me at all. In fact, after my brother's, we just had a memorial. We didn't have a mass after my brother Robert died. We literally had we were tailgating in the parking lot of the funeral home. And I'm like, this is cool. You know, this is kind of, you know, it was a lot of my brother's friends from college that, you know, I hadn't seen in a while. And I was like, okay, you know, maybe some people would frown on that. Like, what are you doing? That's like disrespectful. I'm like, no, this feels right, you know?
Okay.
And you go with what feels right. So, yeah, I don't have any judgment for anybody who deals with it in any way they want, you know?
I'm the same way as you when I was a kid at my grandfather's funeral. I couldn't believe people were laughing and talking.
Right.
But
Yeah.
now it's like, of course I want, you know, it's kind of like when I was young, and, you know, I played sports and I was Mr. Serious about sports. whenever someone would score a touchdown, if they started doing a dance or something, I'd be like, that's not the right way to play the game. Blah, 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 blah. Now I'm like, let them do a big celebration. Like, who cares? You know how hard it is to score a touchdown in the NFL? Let them do a big celebration.
Right.
It's a funeral. They want to get out and dance in the aisles. Let them dance in the aisles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not at my funeral, which we've already discussed. Yeah, everyone better be all cried out. There will be no singing and dance at my funeral, which we've discussed.
So what is it going to be? Just what do you want? Let's lay it out here. Let's go through your itinerary.
Well, the main thing is anybody who tells you, "Oh, Greg would want us to have fun," no. I do not want you to have fun. I want you to be so beyond miserable with grief. They're peeling. Somebody better get peeled off my goddamn box, is what I'm saying. And if I have a wife, pause for laughter.
Anything's possible.
I'm leaving it in my will. Don't nobody fucking tell her, oh, he wants you to get remarried. He wants you to move on. No, I want you at my grave every day, sobbing. I want everybody at my funeral. After a while, you're just looking at each other like there's no more tears. We're dehydrated from sobbing out of grief so much.
Wow.
That's a small part of it. I've detailed it in the past, but
so you want a sob fest. You want everybody just to be weeping and wailing.
I want there to be a lot of call outs for work because you can't face a world without Greg Wilson.
Wow.
That's all.
Okay. See,
now every funeral I go to, I want to have fun and sing and dance like Shane McGowan's, but no. Don't believe. I want witnesses. I do not want you to have fun or a good time at my funeral.
Yeah, I think I've lived long enough. Maybe we should try and determine the age.
That's a long pause right there, Mike.
No, I'm thinking
I've lived long enough.
The wheels are turning because every death has its different weight, right? I mean, the death of a child is the worst. So, you expect that to be what you're describing. But if somebody's lived beyond a certain amount of years,
right,
the tears have to diminish, because that person has lived a long life. Nobody's living forever. So you have to sort of, scale it back.
Yeah. There's tragic deaths. There's deaths that are like, well, he had a good run.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I think you're beyond the age though, where I would expect people to be wailing and pulling out their hair. You're still a young man. I'm not saying you're not full of youth and
well, you people you people have a couple of years to get your act together. So you're all wailing.
But you're not a kid anymore.
I want your fingernails scratching. I want me to go into a box in the earth for all eternity with human scratch marks on the top of my casket. That's all.
I don't know. I think that sort of response is more for under 50.
No, I think it's perfect for me.
So I'm thinking under 50, yeah, cry your eyes out because that person is dying. That person has died young, 50s, depending on the health of the individual or whatever. It could be, I mean, if somebody's had a long struggle with cancer or something like that, you don't want more suffering for them. Everything has got to be gauged is what I'm saying. And I think what you're asking
levels,
what you're asking for is beyond.
I don't know. I think you guys can do
it. Do you have your pallbearers picked out? Will I be a pallbearer? Will I be a? No, they don't have ushers at that.
I mean, I don't want to announce that because everybody has to make a team. So. Whoever's hot at that time, I'm sure, looks at the glamour spot. There are other roles, like at the end of it, once it's all wrapped up. Of course, as the sun is setting in the background, you'll hear a sound coming from far off. And you'd be like, is that a tuba? What's happening? And finally, from over the hill, right as the sun is setting, we see Ope with a tuba. And just a single tear, the final tear, the last tear anybody can squeeze out after all the days of grieving, slides down his cheek as and then he goes off again in the sunset playing his tuba, and then it's over. And then you can crack your fucking jokes and have fun about me being dead.
Would you mind if I did a reading from Williamsburg Rats of my favorite scene in that book?
Michael, I'd be honored. Is your favorite scene the one I think it is?
Yeah, I read it on the show. I mean, I think it gets people laughing. It's a funny scene. Hey, funniest scene in the book for me.
I didn't live with dignity. Why would I expect to die with it? I'd be honored, Mike.
But anybody who could make me laugh out loud from a piece of writing, to me, yeah, that deserves to be honored.
Boom, you got your job. But yeah, Paul Bearer's got to make the team every time I think about it. So,
I mean, I did.
Maybe Johnny Depp.
I never, when I was looking into the basket caskets, I learned a little thing that I never even thought about. I guess most people don't think about it. Do you know the difference between a casket and a coffin?
Yes. For some reason, coffin sounds incredibly more terrifying to me. Coffin sounds like Dracula in the basement of Transylvania, right?
Yeah.
Casket seems a little friendlier medically or something. Coffin just sounds like, oh boy, we are fucked.
But there's a difference though.
All right.
In their construction.
Are you waiting for me to fill in the answer?
I thought you knew the difference. I thought you were going to let everybody know the difference.
No, other than one sounds more terrifying than the other.
Yeah, coffin. Yeah, I agree with you that the word coffin is heavier, and it's also because it is kind of heavier. It's got 6 sides rather than a casket which has 4 sides. Coffin's got that little peak where
yeah, those are creepy. I don't like those.
Like you said, those are the Dracula.
Yes,
that's the Dracula coffin.
Let me say this now. Don't you motherfuckers put me in one of those things with the pointed heads or whatever. No, sir. I want the rectangle box. I want it as modern / IKEA non-scary as possible.
But there is, I guess there is a reason. I guess, I sort of learned this from experience that
when you die.
No, when you're loading the body, the head is supposed to be going forward. And if you have it in a casket and, somehow somebody's not paying attention and they don't know which side, I mean, that's, I think that's what the coffin, you put the head.
I see.
Yeah. Because there's all this, there's all this coffin etiquette I wasn't aware of. That, like, when you're moving the casket, it's got to be certain ways with the head, and when it's in church, what the hell are you waving at?
A couple of fans up against the glass.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, okay.
Girls.
Yeah, I'm sure they see the cleavage.
Oh, here we go.
Now it's back open. I like it.
Here we go.
Maybe we'll bring in some lady viewers. We could use a few more of those.
I mean, how many times do you think the box, I keep calling it the box, does get twisted the wrong direction? I bet more than we'd like to think.
Yeah, and behind the scenes, who knows what's going on there? And it's a weird scene.
Are you saying shenanigans? You think they're shenanigans?
I'm just saying. That's a weird job. There was a radio host on one of the FMU shows who worked in a funeral home, and yeah, he had some wild stories.
Does it matter which direction the head? Is there some significance, like it's heading east or something?
Well, yeah, it's all, like I said, I guess it's tradition, religious tradition. I think they did a little spin, so the head has to be a certain way going into the church, has to be a certain way going out. It was this whole thing that I wasn't really quite, I wasn't aware of. I don't think about these things, And then even loading the hearse, it's got to be a certain way. And I'm like, okay, it's like, this is,
There's no chance at least 20% of these things don't get turned around in the wrong direction
oh, I'm sure.
for all
Yeah.
of infinity.
Hmm.
And those people are going to burn in hell. So why did we start talking about this?
I don't know. We go off on our tangents. Shane McGowan, we're paying
Right, Shane
tribute.
McGowan. Yes.
We lost
But
another.
I thought that was a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Yeah, another
Disagree.
musician who I didn't really know his name, sad to say. I guess that makes me not such a big Beach Boys fan. Did Jeffrey Foskett? Did you know that name?
Who the fuck is Jeffrey Foskett?
All right.
Pretty memorable
Well,
name.
apparently he's been in the Beach Boys quite a while. Not from the beginning, but
I mean, I gave up on New Beach Boys after Bruce Johnston. I mean, how do we have to keep up? I mean, post Kokomo.
yeah, well, that's it.
Ugh.
I think it was the 70s, but then he was also, well, I guess he was I guess he was a talented band leader, because he played for both the I guess the touring Beach Boys, whatever that you want to call that group, with
Beach
Mike
Boys.
Love. But
Well, he calls it the Beach Boys. So.
But he also played with Brian Wilson, so I guess he was beloved by both camps. And
What
he was
happened?
only 67 years old.
Mm.
And I keep seeing people in my age bracket dying, and that always concerns me.
Andre Braugher, how about that? That was a shock.
Yeah, is that the actor from Homicide?
Mm-hmm. That was a surprise.
I missed out on that show. I've still been trying to track it down. I don't know where it's streaming.
It was only, I think, one season.
I couldn't get it on DVD. It was hard to get on Netflix. But I've heard such good things about it. I'd like to track that show down.
Did you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine or
No?
I watched it in the beginning. It was funny. I kind of just lost track after. I don't know. I don't know if I made it to the first episode or whatever. But his entrance when he's introduced, he's a police chief.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the all-time great sitcom moments. For some reason, it's just always stuck in my head. He plays this real taciturn, no nonsense police chief. And they're like, okay, here's your new chief. And he walks in and he goes, hello, everybody. I'm your new captain, Captain Holt.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody goes, speech. And he goes, that was my speech. And I just always loved that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I didn't know he was sick. Yeah, that was a surprise when that popped up.
I don't know if you saw Jerry, our good friend Jerry X on YouTube.
Been working on working the videos.
Did you see the Jersey Mike video?
No.
Oh,
shit.
It's hard. It's hard hitting. I mean, he is taking them on, and
you could have brought this up beforehand. So now I look like an asshole.
I don't.
Right now, what do you think Jerry's thinking right now?
Well, he's thinking Mike is a fan. Greg is a Johnny Come Lately.
Oh man,
but,
I'm not even a Johnny Come Lately. I'm Johnny doesn't even come, doesn't show up. All right, I'm sorry. I'll watch that one.
But yeah, he's got
their bullshit, their Jersey Mike bullshit.
I guess the Jersey Mike's just came to his area, so he's checking them out. He's analyzing the sandwiches.
Did you drop your name?
No, he didn't drop my name. But I recommend that video. Everybody check it out. Maybe we'll get him back on here. We'll do a, he's got an argument about the order that they assemble the sandwich, and maybe we can discuss that with him. So we just had a egg foo what first.
Oh boy.
Where I had to interrupt the program to usher out the corn with chicken soup.
Were any toilet brushes that hurt in this?
I'm in a civilized building, so I had what I needed.
Can I tell you a quick? I had a similar. I was at the airport the other day, heading towards security, and my gut started grumbling, and I was like, you know what? I can make it. Want to get through security first. Just get through security, then I'll, So it's getting worse and worse and worse as I'm getting closer to the you know, you got to stand in the box and put your hands up and the thing spins around. Call me up and it hits me. I'm standing there with my hands up in the air. The guy's about, you know, to wave me through or whatever to do the thing. And all of a sudden I grab my guts and I'm like, oh my God. And I sprint back off the thing. I'm doing that tippy toe thing where you're just clenching every muscle in your body as I'm
no.
back past everybody in the line who are pretending they don't know exactly what's happening. And I'm like, you know, no matter how many times in your life that sensation hits you, and you know you're going to pull through because, you know, you're not a child, but you're always like, there's that 1%. And then I'm like, I'm in the middle of about to be patted down and I sprinted off in a panic. And I'm like, am I about to get thrown down on the ground?
Right, yeah.
Boot in my throat because
Somebody mistook what was happening, yeah.
I would have literally just let loose.
Wow.
But thankfully, they knew enough to be horrified and left me alone for a minute and passed right back through security with, dare I say, flying colors. So I'm with you, bro.
And I think, you know, since this is a chronicle of the humiliations of the body as you age, yeah, that sense of urgency is only going to grow as you get older. You know, you still have that youthful confidence. but there's a whole industry devoted to the problems with aging. So God bless you that you still have the confidence. That's all I say.
I used to have a joke about how badly I have to go to the bathroom when I'm on my way home. Like if I'm walking, it used to be when I'm at 100 Metro, if I'm like half a block away from home and it's hitting me. Like how badly I have to go is directly correlated to how much shit I have in my arms to get to my keys. Like I've got bags in my arms. My keys are in my right pocket. Boom, boom. Okay. They're in my left pocket. If I have to go really bad, of course, they're going to be in my other pocket. I have to shift everything, move all the bags in my hands, reach into this hand, just adding precious seconds. And that was when I was really in my youth, when it came to, you know. So.
Well, I just want to deduct
with you, young Michael.
I'm going to deduct 2 points for that, for the corn with soup, for failing to stay within my body for the length of the show.
Oh, 2 points.
So yeah, I'm docking it to a 3.0.
Ouch. This is the first time a score has ever been reduced in real time.
Yeah.
Thanks to Mother Nature. Ouch.
That did not pass muster.
It passed something.
Yeah. Anyway, we were talking about Derry X and his Jersey Mike's video.
He'll be thrilled to come right on a sandwich of this conversation. I don't want to say shit sandwich joke.
But
yeah,
check out his video. I think we'll have a little back and forth. Maybe we'll invite him back on the show and we can have it out. He's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder to Jersey Mike's. I want to get to the bottom of it. You know, he's a Jimmy John's guy. I've never had a Jimmy John's. Have you ever had a Jimmy John's sandwich?
I think so. They kind of blend together. I'm interested to see what he has to say about the construction because I had a similar experience again with this airplane. They're trying out this new onboarding system, whatever. It's basically the first couple of cabins, and I know it's new and they hate it because I started bitching and moaning. The flight attendant was like, "Yeah, this is the dumbest system ever." It's basically the first couple of cabins. They have life rafts in them. So right from Jump Street, the person in the front has to start putting his bags back here, and then it's just a domino. So that when we land, everybody up front is turning around trying to swim against the stream. Total fucking nightmare. And I'm just sitting there going, obviously there's thousands of genius engineers who study these things. I'm sure there's thousands of pages written about the flow of this, the flow of that. And so far, and meanwhile, I could be diagnosed with, when it comes to like logistics or whatever, like I could be literally diagnosed as being as dumb as possible when it comes to stuff like that. I am comforted by the fact that there are much smarter people than me figuring these things out because otherwise I'm lost. But apparently these airlines have decided let's go with whatever Greg Wilson would fucking do in this situation, which would be to just run on the plane, like an idiot. So that is just comforting to me. I had faith in these people. And apparently their best ideas is something I would come up with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you, bro.
Has anyone ever survived an air crash on one of these life rafts?
It's like thanks for the life raft, but if I need one of those, I don't care anymore about where my fucking luggage is. So what's the point? Come on. Okay, I'll sign a waiver. Yes, in the event of the crash, if I survive, I won't sue you because there was no blow up life dinghies in the first compartment. As we go into a mountain, I'm not going to be looking for my fucking luggage. But I was, because at first I started thinking, well, I'm an idiot. I don't know how this stuff works anyway. What am I bitching about? But yeah, the flight attendant was like, this is the dumbest thing. The whole onboarding, offboarding process, it's beyond me how they haven't made this any better with their airline. So I don't understand. I feel like I could crack it in about 4 minutes. But hey.
Where were you going? This was a recent trip?
Yeah, I went up to Massachusetts, spent some time with my aunt, Aunt Eileen.
Oh, nice.
Big shout out to Aunt Eileen.
Mm-hmm.
She's not listening to this shit, so I'm not worried about it. So I have some pictures of young Greggy that if I want to share with the fans that are adorable.
Oh, you got some archive photos?
Found some old photos and everything.
Oh, nice.
So
just on your mother or father's side?
Mother's side, her youngest sister.
So
yeah, I got to do that, bebopped around Boston a little bit, little quick turnaround weekend, and then just fumed on an airport air. So then the whole flight, I'm just sitting there. I couldn't even relax because I popped a couple of my little friends for the flight. But because all I could think of was like, what's going to happen when the plane stops? How am I going to get my shit from the back? It's going to be chaos. It's a miracle we got off the plane as quickly as we did. United Airlines, please write to me. I will figure this out in about 3 minutes. It's insane that airlines are still with this whole the way they board and don't. And I'm sorry. I'm not qualified to even bitch about it, but apparently their best ideas don't outshine my own. So,
well, airplanes. It's another great segue.
Thank you, Mike.
Food in the news. I don't know if there's been a couple recent TikTok, of course, bringing out the stupidity in everyone.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Should I make 2024? Should I finally get on TikTok to see what it's about? Should I finally start TikToking?
No.
Okay, good. Because I feel like it was the first social.
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm bringing you the best of TikTok.
Okay.
But
I just needed you to say it out loud that I don't.
Yeah, and it drifts over to Twitter and Instagram.
I see them everywhere.
Yeah. If it's a sensation, you'll see it on those. So yeah, there were a couple items regarding airplanes. I don't know if you saw the one where a steward baked a cake during a flight.
Really?
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
I guess, yeah. I guess it's nice, but
like from scratch.
They did it somehow in the kitchen, that tiny little space on an airplane. Somehow they managed to bake a cake. Of course, it all went down on TikTok. I don't know if it was in real time or posted later, but don't they have other duties? I mean, like fetching my water.
They can't fetch your water while the cake is rising or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't think when you bake a cake, you stand there the whole time, massaging it to life.
Then you had this other lunatic.
What meal would be fun? Like, what if they made like a whole Thanksgiving meal on the back of the
well, give them time. I mean, people have to get more creative on there, and it just, to me, it seems to be getting dumber. So somebody made it. So they made a cake on a plane, and then this idiot last week made garlic shrimp.
Oh, I did see that
in the bathroom. In the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah.
In the bathroom. Of a plane.
I'm down with making a cake. Everybody loves cake. It's beautiful. Whatever. you're making garlic shrimp, which you know is going to funk up the whole place.
Yeah.
Why are you doing the shitter?
Yeah. He's doing it in his shitter. He's got some sort of electrode or something. He's heating things up in the sink. I mean, it was disgusting. And then,
what's going on with his body? Does he need a doctor? He can't go like an hour or two without getting his garlic shrimp fixed.
People have no concern about other people on the plane. I've told this story many times. I took a flight to Florida one time. The first thing this woman does is break out hard-boiled eggs. And she starts passing out hard-boiled eggs at the beginning of the flight.
That seems aggressive. Like that seems like
I mean,
purpose. I gotta say, that seems purposeful. Like, yeah.
She was totally oblivious. I mean, I held my tongue. I don't know how I did it.
Hold your nose.
Because I'm getting lippy in my old age.
Getting lippy. You're Jersey Mike, damn it.
I'm Jersey Mike. But yeah, the hard-boiled eggs at the beginning of a flight. Yeah.
And I mean, they're just boiled eggs. Like I can see going through, like even bacon and garlic shrimp, at least that's like a noble ending entity. But these are just boiled eggs. Why go through
and why didn't they eat them in the waiting area? They were sitting in the waiting area for hours. Why did she wait until they got on a plane? Oh, let's have them now. It's like when we're all confined.
Yeah, let's wait till we're in
this tiny space, and everybody else has to smell it. It was disgusting.
Everybody, hold your farts until we're on this inside this metal tube. Yeah, I'm Team Mike on that one. I don't understand that.
I know we have some Japanese fans. I had this story last week ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
There's a restaurant called, I'm going to mangle the name, Shachihoko Ya in Nagoya, Japan.
Yeah, you nailed all that, bro. Perfect.
For 300 yen, $2 in our money.
Braggy.
Kimono wearing stone-faced women will slap the customers' faces over and over.
While they're eating?
Yeah.
What's the food?
It's a special service. It has nothing to do with the food. Oh. They just brought in this slapping service, and it's mostly these young women slapping men. The men don't want men slapping them. They want the women.
So it's not even like, here's a Peter Luger's porterhouse, but if you want to eat it, you have to get slapped. But it's that good, you're going to do it. This is just a kink thing. It's
a kinky thing. Yeah. And it's like, I guess, some people want to be slapped.
Sorry, Japan. That's a no-go from me.
I don't understand it.
But, I'm sure they have it here somewhere. Like, I bet you.
Well, in this case, it apparently saved the business. They were going out of business, and then this whole thing started. And I guess, of course, it probably got some viral videos to promote it. And everybody, whether you wanted to get slapped or just watch people getting slapped, I guess that's a whole separate audience who enjoy watching people get slapped. Maybe some Japanese Three Stooges fans might be. That might be something.
Doesn't sound like it's that funny though.
Well, slapping in real life is not as funny as it is on Three Stooges.
What about anvils? What about anvils falling on their head? Is that as funny? What about if they verbally assaulted you? Like, what if we started a restaurant? Now, let me finish this one. Mm-hmm. As a husky person of portly build, I've often said, you should be able to pay for a service where it's like a call girl, beautiful woman comes to your apartment, but instead of having sex with you, she goes to your fridge, looks in your trash, calls you a fat fuck, makes fun of you for eating garbage, makes you weigh in a scale, and it's like your version of how you lose weight. Mm-hmm. And you do that at a restaurant, you order whatever, and then this woman or man or whatever sits next to you and just gives you shit the whole time. Mm-hmm. Why are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. until you feel so shitty. You're like, you know what? He's right. Do you think about we can raise some money to start that restaurant? Are you in?
No, I don't know.
How's that worse than just getting slapped in the face repeatedly?
I don't know if that's a restaurant business model or just something you advertise in the classifieds.
I think the call girl thing, I'm joking about it, but I think it's a great idea. If I had a woman come once a week to just look at me and like look at what I've been eating and you know, call me out like, what the hell's wrong with you? You're big blah 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 blah. I think it would make a difference.
You couldn't find
As opposed to me
somebody.
being a grown up, you know, adult and taking responsibility and doing it
You
myself.
couldn't find somebody in New York who would do. I think there's probably lots of
Oh,
people.
everybody loves doing it. Trust me.
Uh-huh.
People have no problem telling me that, but it's different if it's like a beautiful woman who's paid.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a transaction and it's not just somebody being an asshole. I'm sorry, helping.
Mhm.
For those of you on the radio, I'm doing the quotes around helping. So if anybody wants to invest, looking for investors for an Uber-like service to do that, hit me up slide into my DMs, as young Michael would say.
In the comments.
Slide into the DMs, the comments.
Well, I finished the book. I mean, I think I have ADD from the internet. I think the internet, I spend too much time on the internet. I don't know if you have this same response. Are you still reading at the same capacity that you used to?
No.
Or do you find like you've fallen off?
No, if I can knock off like 1 or 2 books a month now, I feel pretty good. It's pretty shitty.
I think it's universal. I mean, I saw I don't think you know him, Jason Grote.
Don't act like come on now. Don't act like I'm not good enough to hang out with your friends.
Well, I don't think I'm good enough to hang out with Jason Grote, but
Well, then me and Jason
he was a writer on Mad Men. I know you were a big fan of that show. Yeah.
Oh yes, yes. I'm listening.
But he posted on Facebook talking about his difficulty reading books, completing books now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I'm having that same problem. I was helped in my younger days by having a commute where that sort of forced my hand. But now I'm finding where I don't have that that structure in my life that during the pandemic, the early days of the pandemic, I started reading more. I sort of got into a habit of a good hour or so at night before I went to bed. But I've seemed to have lost that in recent times. But I finished this book. I'm trying to get back into it. I'm starting off with shorter books. I think that might help me, give me some confidence. I finished Letters from a Stoic.
You're not gonna finish To Kill a Mockingbird, huh? Just not gonna happen.
No, you know what? I part of this when it began was that I wouldn't stick with books. So I've got all these books where I started them. Some I even got like halfway through them, and then I just stopped for whatever reason. So
I give myself more of a pass with that. Like I like a couple weeks ago, I did read this incredible book, The Folded Leaf, William Maxwell. Shit, great, loved it. So I got another one by him. I'm gonna love this. But about 50, 60 pages in, I'm just like, I'm not loving it. So now my policy is just stop reading it. If you don't like it, stop reading it.
That makes sense.
I used to like force myself.
Yeah, no, I didn't like doing that myself. But yeah, I think, if it's not going the way you want it. But I've read William Maxwell. What was the book you're saying now?
The Folded Leaf.
I didn't read that one.
Great book. I suggested by my friend, my buddy Serge. You know Serge?
Yeah.
He's been my bookmeister lately. He I had to run 4 or 5 books in a row that he had recommended that are fantastic. But yeah, the follow-up, I tried to read William Maxwell. I can't remember what it's called. I gave it up a couple days ago. You know what I did read though? I don't read a lot of nonfiction anymore. But I did read. I finally read Jeff Emmerich's book. I can't remember if I talked about it last week or not. But did you ever read that one?
No.
Yeah, it's On one hand, it's thrilling because you get such an inside, like day to day with the Beatles. But then you start to wonder how much of it is true because it's obviously he hates George Harrison and worships Paul McCartney, and the way he doesn't even hide it.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, that's just an easy, fun read.
The William Maxwell book I read was called So Long, See You Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
What was the second book you tried?
But I think that's the one.
That's the one? Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I like that book.
I couldn't get in. It has different perspectives or some shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it. And then I was like, you know what? I got a million other books I could be reading. If you tell me it's worth going back, I'll do it.
Yeah, no, it's not very long either. So
Right,
yeah, I mean, if you want to knock something off, I thought I enjoyed that book. Time Will Darken it is supposed to be good. I've got a few of his books that I haven't read yet. I don't have the Folded Leaf though.
That's a great one.
I may have it. I think the Library of America put out 1 or 2 volumes of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I may even have it. So I'll check that out. What are the other books Serge recommended? You know?
I'd have to go. One of them was Mother. It's like 2 or 3 Russian novels. I'm gonna have to go back and I'm so terrible with remembering names and everything, titles and everything. So I'll give you a little list. Just one after another. I was like, damn, they were fantastic. So one was with The Painted Bird. Did I say that right?
Yeah. Jerzy Kosinski.
Yes. Yeah. That was one of them.
Yeah, I've been meaning to read that. I just saw that they did a movie a few years ago.
Did they?
Yeah. Nobody, I don't. It may even be a foreign movie, but I just came across that recently. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know they did a movie. But yeah, I'd like to read that book. I'm reading this book. I think I'm on the way to finishing it. I'm about halfway through it. I Am Not Ashamed by Barbara Payton. This is nonfiction. She was a starlet in the late 1940s, 1950s. She rose to quite a bit of fame. She did movies with Gregory Peck, James Cagney. So she was she was at the top of her game in those years. But then she had a sad decline with drugs and alcohol. And I believe she was only 39 years old when she passed away from complications from alcoholism. Tragic story, but
what's her name? Sorry,
Barbara Payton. I Am Not Ashamed. It's interesting, it's sort of she's really letting loose with behind the scenes in the movie business at the time. What was going on. That's pretty interesting. So if you're interested in old Hollywood, any of that stuff, this is a riches to rags story, not a rags to riches. Riches to rags. It's sad, like I said, she died very young. Beautiful woman. You can look her up on Google.
On the internet?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of her movies. But I might check it out. But I'm making headway, and then after that, yeah, I think I'm going to go back to some of the shorter books that I got halfway through. To Kill a Mockingbird, I think is in that mix. So you may get a review from me someday.
Don't just watch the movie either. I'll know.
No, I've seen the movie. It's like that's why I felt like, well, I know the story, so what am I going to get from reading the book? But I'll see if I can finish it.
Be nice. That's all we're saying.
Well, any other? I'm just about done here.
We got Christmas coming up.
I did put. Yeah, I think my neighbors, are thinking like, what's with this guy 19 Nottingham. He doesn't put any decorations out for Halloween. Now all he's got for Christmas is this plywood Santa in the window. I mean, I made it in Cub Scouts. Well, it is a little family tradition.
That's
My
nice.
my mother used to put it up in the window. And now, my friend lives down the block, so I put it up. He gets a laugh seeing this there. But yeah, I don't have any lights. I don't know. Are you doing decorations or? This is your time of year, right? I mean, you're Xmas time. I mean,
got up a couple of Christmas trees. I sit and enjoy a couple of fake trees that are nice. They make nice ones now. Yeah, I like to keep it festive. I got the music going 24/7.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think I posted my top 10 Christmas songs today.
Oh, okay. I didn't see
For your
that.
enjoyment. Can you guess them?
No. Fairy Tale of New York, I guess, is number one. Is that number one?
Not number one.
Not number one. Mariah Carey?
No.
What's number one?
Number one is.
Give us a top three.
I'll give you the top three. Number one is Little Drummer Boy. And by that, I mean the classic Vienna Boys choir version.
Okay.
Like the definitive classic, slow, sad version. That's my number one.
Where do you stand on the Bing Crosby, David Crosby?
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to.
Don't want to hear it.
I mean, it's fun. It's a fun video to watch. I like they did it.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching it. But no, I needed that Vienna Boys choir, that sadness, that poignancy, that heaviness, uplifting heaviness that carries through it. That's going to be my nickname from here on out too, uplifting heaviness. I'm actually writing that down. Hold on. That's number one. And then Do They Know It's Christmas? Because part of my thing with Christmas songs is they have to be not just great songs for Christmas, but they have to be great songs in and of themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Do They Know It's Christmas? Super Slice of Super Slices.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess number three? I bet you can. It's not Fairy Tale. Fairy Tale's number four.
Is it a Phil Spector, off the Phil Spector Christmas album?
No, surprisingly, I only had one in there.
That is a solid effort.
But overall, that's my favorite album.
Yeah.
Obviously. But and you could pick any of those songs, kind of swap them in and out to a degree. Not Fairy Tale in New York. I'm gonna give you 19 minutes to figure this out.
No, I mean, I don't know Christmas music. I have the Phil Spector record. I have the Charlie Brown Christmas album. Mm-hmm. What's the piano guy's name?
Vince Guaraldi.
Vince Guaraldi. Let's give credit to Vince Guaraldi.
Number three, it's Father Christmas, the Kinks.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
incredible song.
Yeah, that is a good
take
one.
off the Christmas. Oh, it's Christmas, so we have to.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a bit overlooked. I don't know if that's just me, but that's my top three. Do you have a top three? I mean, I have a top 10. I'm not saying that makes me better than you.
No, I mean, I have, like I said, those two albums. I think I have a really nice Louis Armstrong Christmas album, Ella Fitzgerald.
Nat King Cole has a great. That's another one.
Yeah, Nat King Cole. Yeah, I don't.
Mariah put out a great Christmas album.
Okay, yeah.
The Phil Spector and Nat King Cole are probably my two top, and then the Mariah one.
Yeah, I guess I would say Fairy Tale of New York. I kind of like that song. But yeah.
Fairy Tale of New York, you kind of like that song?
It's around the holidays, that's the song. That's the go-to song. But now it's competing with John Bon Jovi's version. I'm still waiting for your reaction video to that. And also, where's the reaction video to Now and Then? What's the holdup? What's the holdup?
Because I spent the weekend in Boston. I haven't had
okay, all right.
by myself.
Well, that's a legitimate. Okay, that's a legitimate excuse then. Okay. So have you listened to this song?
No.
Oh, okay.
So it's still in its cardboard box packaging.
Wow. Okay.
Wait for this weekend.
All right.
Be alone.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a legitimate excuse then.
Please respect my wishes.
I didn't know what was happening there.
Yeah. No, I know
a delay.
I know.
I look forward to that, and yeah, don't forget the John Bon Jovi fair because I want to hear your your take on that, because that is a
Well, I was gonna say, I think we know what my take is gonna be. How great would it be if I would just fucking loved it? How great would that be if I just come in like,
no,
forget
that's
the
not going to
Poe.
happen.
Sorry, Shane and Kirsten McCall, but you've been Bon Jovi'd. You done got Jovi'd.
Yeah. No,
So
that
how
is
great
not
would
going
that
to
be?
happen, and I would wager on that.
Is there an example of a song like the classic version, but there's one you like better that everybody would be appalled by? Like, and it has to be a super classic version of a song, like Eleanor Rigby. Do you like one of the 1,000 covers better, which would be insane?
Right. I just heard somebody talking about a cover that they like better than the original. Not coming to
Head
mind.
On, Jesus, Mary Chain, and Pixies. That's a great. Both of those are great.
Mm-hmm.
In any version of California Sun, I feel like you don't hear bad covers of California Sun. Starting with the remote version, of course. What was that for?
How's the I think I do have a Joey. Was it a Joey Ramone Christmas album? Didn't he put out a Christmas record?
No.
I thought I had something.
He used to do Christmas shows. I mean, it wasn't on his. I don't think it was on. He only put out one solo album, really. Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight is always on the. It's on my list.
Okay.
That's a great one.
I thought I had some sort of Joey Ramone Christmas thing.
Maybe I could be wrong. It's happened before.
I'll look into that one.
I only really knew that one solo record he put out with. That now looks stupid because it has a song about Maria Bartiromo on it. Remember
that? No, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah.
He had a little bit of a crush on her.
Oh, big crush.
Yeah.
At the time, it made sense. Now it's like, ooh. Now Johnny would be the one crushing on her. But that album had he did a cover, "It's a Wonderful World," which maybe you're thinking of because it sounds Christmassy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he always did a lot of stuff with Ronnie Spector, so maybe there's some Christmas stuff in there.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's a bootleg. Maybe I got some sort of bootleg thing.
Oh, don't try to be cool now. Oh, maybe it's a yellow vinyl bootleg, 180
bootlegs. But no, yeah, Christmas music. I take out the same albums. I'll take out the SCTV Christmas DVD. Do you know those SCTV Christmas episodes?
Mm-mm.
Oh, and that's something you should look into.
This is the time of year. I know nobody likes to hear about my love of British sitcoms, but the Brits know how to do Christmas TV better than us. Sorry, America. It's true. The Chinese do better chicken nuggets than us, and the British do better Christmas specials than us. So it's just the way it is.
Number one Christmas special?
I think I'll tell you what my number one is. My two favorites are, do you ever watch Extras?
Yeah.
Do you see the Christmas special for that?
It's like been a while. Yeah.
Incredible. Fantastic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was the series closer, season ender, so it wraps everything up. You've never watched Gavin and Stacey because you're a hick, you're a rube. They have two Christmas episodes, but one of theirs is just classic. It's funny, it's warm, it's every moment is iconic. Fantastic. So
I mean, The Office had some great Christmas episodes.
The Office had a bunch of great ones.
Yeah, they were good at it.
But I'm talking about British TV, Mike. Don't.
Yeah, well, I'm countering with an argument that American shows can do it pretty good if they put their mind to it, as The Office did.
Now, the funny thing is, Christmas Day viewing in Britain has become synonymous with watching Only Fools and Horses because they put out 19 Christmas specials, some of them an hour, some an hour and a half.
Wow.
But the funny thing about those is literally only one is centered around Christmas. Another one mentions Christmas, and all the others are just kind of like don't have anything to do with Christmas.
So they're just extra episodes they'd put out?
They would come out on Christmas Day.
Uh-huh.
And that was like, oh, we're all eating their turkey and then sitting around watching this year's Only Fools and Horses.
Wow, okay.
Christmas special. There's 19 of them.
So that was their version of the NBA.
Yeah, yeah. Tuck in
Okay.
my turkey and then watch. Well, you would stop after Uncle Albert came on board. No pun there. I said on board, like a sailor. But
Uh-huh. Maybe I'll even go back and check out some more of that. Or what's the Allison Stedman show?
don't you tease me.
You've been posting clips of that. I guess, is that a new season with her?
It's a new series. Now, I first fell in love with her with Gavin and Stacey. She was on Gavin and Stacey.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. You just sold me on that one. Maybe I'll go back.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That's probably my second favorite behind overall British sitcom behind Only Fools and Horses, Gavin and Stacey.
Wow. Okay.
Which I know as Americans we're supposed to hate because it's James Corden, but those are my favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
I had something brilliant to say, but no, I can't. I have a list of an Xmas time a couple years ago, my favorite episodes, Christmas episodes of all the Britcoms. So don't worry, I may dig it up on Xmas time. I may not. Who knows? I'm a fucking mystery. I don't know.
Well,
that reminds me. I'm sorry. So, as you well know, over the last year or two, I've been doing I've been watched all of the Bob Newhart show and Mary Tyler Moore. And I'm getting to the end of Mary Tyler Moore. I'm in the 7th season, and all of a sudden, a couple weeks ago, I got to one of the Christmas episodes of Bob Newhart, and then I noticed I was a couple of episodes of Mary Tyler Moore away from its Christmas episode, which Wikipedia tells me was aired on the exact same night as Bob Newhart's Christmas show.
right.
So what am I doing? Yes, I'm watching all the Mary Tyler Moore shows to catch up to the Bob Newhart Christmas show, so I can watch both of them.
Yeah, you'll be in sync. Yeah,
Christmas in
Yeah.
sync.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Both Christmas Day 1976, they both played. Christmas Day, I'm going to watch them both. People wonder why I'm single. I don't get it either.
See, that's that was my experience watching them back, Saturday night. That was their power night with All in the Family and those two shows. And I think there was another one, but I'm blanking out on it.
Oh.
Tell me in the comments if you're old like me. Because you got to be old to remember those things.
Oh shit! What was it? Mary Tyler Moore, Bob Newhart, All in the Family. Well, then they started having the spinoffs.
Yeah, I was just gonna say maybe they were working in the spinoffs, Maude or
the Jeffersons.
The Jeffersons, yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But
so that's my Christmas plans.
There you go.
Syncing up a Bob Newhart and Mary Tyler Moore show from 1976.
There you go. Well, at least you have plans. I don't.
Not bad.
I don't really have plans.
Not bad.
I'll be going over to my brother's and probably watch some football. Hey, there's the Giants.
Can I interest you in watching some Mary Tyler Moore and Bob Newhart?
The Giants are playing that night. I'll check. Yeah, I think I'll check those episodes. Well, although I'm having some weird thing with Paramount. No, they're not on Paramount. Oh yeah, they would be on Paramount.
No, Mary Tyler Moore is on Hulu. Bob Newhart it was on Hulu. Now I think it's on Amazon. It just moved recently.
Wow. It's weird.
I might be wrong about Bob Newhart because it's been a couple of weeks because I've been waiting to catch up with Mary Tyler Moore. So
it's weird, these deals they have that. I mean, they're both CBS shows, so I thought they should be on Paramount, but I guess people buy them and they'll have the rights or whatever to stream.
It's like whatever studios originally owned them. It's like if you watch Wings, which is super hardcore NBC, because whatever studio owned it, now you have the CBS logo as you're watching it, which is very weird. So
yeah, something's going.
That's just for old fuckers like us who remember when shows were on certain channels. So
I've been trying to watch something on Paramount Plus, and I'm getting the blind version. It's nothing on the screen. I can hear the audio of the characters. And then
talking about this before? Is this still
did I bring it up before?
What show was it?
It's The Curse.
Oh yeah. You haven't
Nathan Fielder show. They're still sending me emails.
Get those comments. Help Micah. Come on now.
Yeah. No, we're still in negotiations. They're like sending me DMs. Oh yeah, we're looking into this and we'll follow up. Yeah, it's going on weeks now. It's ridiculous. So
In the meantime, you can on Paramount, you can watch Frasier.
Frasier. Yeah, well, that might have to wait.
Oh, ouch.
It's waited this long, right? Okay, I want to thank everybody for listening. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. The numbers are up.
Numbers are up.
I'm going to send out a generous check to Greg for Christmas, so he can cover his streaming
$17
costs.
scoop.
His streaming costs and
And a boat, maybe, and a boat.
Maybe a pair of sneakers. You need a new pair of sneakers, some shoes.
I'd rather have the cash. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Well, that is going to be forthcoming.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody do like Mike said, do the comments. Thanks for listening. I guess yeah, we got one more show before the new year, and then it's gonna be 24, just like that.
Who knew?
Well,
we all knew. We all knew.
I know it's gonna be the year after that too, Mike.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to spook you, but I can go all the way up to 2036.
There you go.
Like that, no problem.
There you go. Maybe I'll have a health update by next week.
Yes.
Look forward to that.
Yes.
Oh,
You know what? I
is
haven't
it
done
throbbing? Can you see the throbbing?
It looks like there's an eel coming out of it or something.
Is that normal?
I can't tell. But you know what? I haven't seen my doctor in about half a year either. So I need to get something on the books too. So
yeah, you old guys, you know, there's a stereotype that old guys don't go to the doctor enough, and
no.
I think it's probably true. I've been fortunate; I haven't had a whole lot of issues, but
because you haven't been to the doctor, they'll tell you.
Well, like I said, I had a blood pressure issue that I've been dealing with. I think it's been stabilized. So
I hope I haven't made it worse. I'd like to suggest I've learned that I do better when I have a female doctor.
Really? Okay.
Because I think I've said but before, growing up, you know, it was always, you're not sick, don't be a wuss.
Mm-hmm.
Your leg's not broken, knock it out, nobody wants to hear it, you're a wuss. So if I went to a male doctor, I would just clam up. I'd be like, no, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm tough. Whereas a woman doctor, I'm very forthcoming. I tell her everything.
Really?
I'm very more open with a female doctor than a male doctor. I think because of my youth, when it's beaten into you, you know, don't be a wuss. You're not sick. Not, you know. Now a woman doctor, she's like, how you doing? And I just here's how I'm doing. I just let it out. So that's a little suggestion. Take it. Don't take it.
Well, you know, it's interesting you say that because I've never had a woman doctor. I've always had male doctors, but like I said, I've been fortunate. I haven't had a lot of health issues, and when I do have health issues, yeah, that's when I go in, and it's sort of straightforward, you know. It's the ear thing, it's the blood pressure thing, and that's been it pretty much. But I will keep that in mind. Thanks for the suggestion.
I believe I speak for all of our fans when I say thank you, Mike. We want you to be healthy.
Yes, okay. I want to live.
Oh, to quote the Ramones.
That's my motto. I want to live.
I want to live. And mine is uplifting heaviness. Which actually sounds like me getting dressed in the morning. Now I'm thinking.
Okay. Duly noted.
All right, buddy. Thanks,
See you
everybody.
next week.
See you next week.